Welcome to Bottom Line Sports Talk. I'm George Abrams. You know my partner, Albert. You called this. You said it was coming. I didn't know where, when, or this close. But it's here, and I don't think we've seen the last cancellation.
Yeah, and we're talking about the COVID's not gone for good. And we hope that people take the precautions. But Matthews and Latonia found out. Some other teams have found out. And so why would we open the show up with that? Well, I'll tell you why. The Ohio Athletic High School Association said, okay, we are going to say, let's win 5 games and go to the postseason instead of 8. And that's what they figured it out. There might not be everybody winning 8 games. So please be careful out there. Take the precautions you have to do. I know a lot of people don't believe what they're hearing from me, but it's out there for sure, and I want the kids to play. There's nothing more exciting for us than be able to call football games, to be able to talk about football games.
No, yeah. And it hit home for us. Our good
Yes.
buddy Bill at Matthews. He's 87.
Right.
Now he's probably healthier than both of us.
Oh, he is healthier.
But I mean, you know what I'm saying.
It is true though. 87, you hear that age, and his energy level and his health is tremendous.
Oh yeah.
But still, you get kind of
When
nervous.
you hear this,
You get kind of nervous when you hear that, and so.
in the NFL and the call, what they're doing, they're twisting their arm and saying, "We'll test you every 30 seconds. You have to wear a mask on the sideline," hoping that's enough impetus to get the players to get vaccinated, stopping short of mandatory.
Yeah, and that is what they've done. George hit the nail on the head there.
Yes.
That they know the rules in our country. You can't just say everybody here is getting vaccinated.
Who just did that?
But there is a way of getting around and saying, okay, if you guys don't want to get vaccinated, we're going to make you wear a mask.
And there's a
if you don't
steel
want to
mill.
get vaccinated,
Yeah, there's a steel mill over in Pennsylvania in Butler. They're giving $3,000 bonuses.
That's what I'm saying.
But if you don't have it by the new contract, you're not working there. Yeah. So you might as well go get it.
Right?
Yeah. But yeah, it's interesting. We've talked about it.
It's happening.
The Beasley kid for Buffalo has spoken out about it. Then you look last week, he's in quarantine. And you don't think they'd like putting him aside.
Oh, yeah, they want to tell
because
him.
he speaks out, you know,
they want to tell
interesting. Yeah, the sad part is they've turned it into a political football.
Yeah, that's not political for
and
us.
that's not the intention.
No, we want football to happen.
Yeah, I just want these kids to have a senior year.
Yeah, that's all.
That's all I want.
We don't go through last year. We don't want to go through that again.
No, I did. Basketball, I told someone yesterday, I said, 65 years, first time I didn't see a ball game.
Right. You didn't see much last year, you know that.
I saw one.
You saw your couch. That's what you saw.
I saw one game. And then the other side of that was Hollywood shut down. All the shows were either reruns or
Right,
we didn't get a.
That wasn't fun either.
No.
Netflix became my go-to.
I've turned into Hank Voight Jr. I go ping his phone. Like it just comes out of my mouth because I've seen him say it so many times. I never watch TV that closely.
Somebody who needs and wants to play is LeBray. The break starts their season for the first time in 3 seasons, 2-0.
Yeah.
41-21 victory. And that's what we're talking about. Here's a team that comes out of the gate, ready to roll. Their defense held Valley Christian 9 yards rushing, and they want to play. And even the teams get beat 41-0. Want to play. You understand?
Yeah.
The high school kids want to play.
I used to tell my kids.
Cheerleaders want to
I used to
cheer.
tell my kids I did some goofy stuff. I said, "It's your yearbook. This is it. I'm going to have another chance.
Right.
This is it for you guys."
Right, and that's this year's yearbook. That's what they want to be able to have a record in that yearbook.
Absolutely.
I think you made a point in this little dissertation we've had about the seniors.
No.
Yeah, that's a big one. The seniors, they don't get a second chance.
No.
They want to play desperately. There's no question about that. Talk about some local people who did some great things around the area. Well, we start off with John Simon. Remember playing for Cardinal Mooney, how great he was. Went to Ohio State, was unbelievable. Got cut on Sunday. We all know that it comes to an end sometime. Yeah. Let's hope.
Now, I have a friend that's an agent. His phone's buzzing. Get your guy ready. Have your guy ready. Have this. Can he play in a 3-4? Can he? In other words, he's not done yet.
That's good. So, I would think he'll land on a team. I believe he'll land on some team, either as a second teamer or a special teams guy if he's willing to do that. Mm-hmm. Because they are looking for guys that can play. And John has always been a really relevant, successful NFL player.
And ironically, the Titans, that's my team. I just got my FanDuel in today. I got
you
my
get in? That's good.
Yeah, I thought, you know what? I
Time
think
to get in,
I
right?
think they're going to be good.
Which way did you decide to go? Did you decide to go on wins or
I
or
did
league?
both, but I did both. But the big one is division.
Okay.
I'm
you
just
went more on the division than the wins.
Lots.
Okay. Okay.
I'm just hoping.
That's the way you went.
I'm
Okay.
hoping that the Colts have a little struggle at quarterback.
Right.
You know, early in the year, I was more confident. Then I see this kid at practice 2 weeks after surgery, and I'm like, we're going to have to earn this.
Yeah, that's interesting because the other two teams still think they're really weak.
Yeah.
That's why. It
Yeah,
looks like
Houston
both
and
the-
Jeff,
both the
they're
teams-
not beating
I
Texas.
think both those teams will go 4-0 in that league.
I agree. I
do
think
think
no,
that.
now Jason Kokrak. No.
Just amazing. A local kid that from Warren JFK
Yes, sir.
that is playing in the top 30 in the FedEx stand. He's at number 18 going in. He'll start at -2, which I don't like what they do there. I don't like that.
Which bow tie or knicker? It's
like
like
it at
the
all.
other day. Listen to me, Mr. Golf, right? I'm going to step out. They play the same hole 6 times.
I know.
You mean with today's technology, they couldn't move over one or?
I like to.
Albert, come on, Golf. And then he's starting -10. How are they going to catch like -10?
He's -10. I know. I don't like it. If he plays just normal.
Kokrak's
golf,
8 back to start.
Yes.
He can't catch.
I don't like it. So that's where they've gone with Jason Kokrak. But making that top 30 means he got some serious cash,
Look up his earnings sometime.
and he's got some serious endorsements coming. That's awesome.
No, I remember a year or two ago, we had his old teacher on our
Joe Allen, yeah.
radio show, Joe Allen. So I looked up his earnings. There will be having no benefits for Jason anytime soon.
No.
Jason's doing just fine. People, don't worry about Jason. NFL preseason, they're done. Yay! Now, what was funny about this year? This is amazing. They were the worst ever. Not that they were ever any good, because nobody knew how to handle the 3 games. The big thing was, and we've always said it here, but they used to try a little bit. This year was, let's get these 3 over, get healthy. Now, there's 2 weeks to the first game, actually 11 days, Cowboys, Tampa. But Albert, I've never seen anything like it. I watched the Rams not call timeout when the other team was running the clock down. I watched the team yesterday down 3, go for the touchdown with the minute left. Things you never see.
Yeah, well, that's why it's preseason to the nth degree now.
Yeah.
And they have met, talked, and discussed the value of preseason, and they have come to the conclusion from COVID last year, we don't need it. Football went really well without it. We don't need these preseason practices. Let's keep everybody healthy, and then you get Dobbins goes down for Baltimore. What a shame that was.
Now, ironically, they haven't lost a preseason game since 2016.
You know what's interesting about that? Have they won a Super Bowl since 2016? No. So, cause I keep hearing this story.
Yeah.
They haven't won a preseason. I'd like to tell John Harbaugh, it might be wise to lose a couple.
Maybe sit this boy
No,
down.
I mean it.
Sit him down.
I'm not joking.
No, you don't need him.
If this was making you win,
I do it
the
every
Super
year.
Bowl.
They don't do it. This guy's a big loss.
I want to write to him.
Yeah.
I want to write to him, John. If this helped you win the Super Bowl, I think it'd be wiser to lose a couple. Yeah. What the heck? Player. I don't see.
But this guy getting hurt,
no, it proves it right
looks
there.
bad.
No, he had him in. No, it doesn't look
because he had him in there.
He shouldn't have been in there. No,
Yeah.
that's the point I'm making.
Yeah.
He thought preseason victory was important.
I don't know.
He loses his best, by far best running
I
back
don't know.
for the season.
No, it's crucial.
Because there's more positive things written about him being undefeated.
And
preseason.
Albert too made a good
I'm
point.
gonna call him out
You've
on
said it on here forever. What's the goal?
only
No
one goal.
injuries.
It's only one goal.
That's it.
No, there's nothing else. I see here, nothing else is down here. It used to be, George.
Yeah.
When the salary cap,
Yeah.
they would try to find 7 or 8
Yeah.
young kids.
Fine,
that,
2, 3.
You know. Now, when you go into the preseason, there's 50 of the 53 are almost locked in. So we're trying to find 3 players that are.
Yeah, and
gonna,
they're usually special teams.
Yes,
Because if they're
that's
great, they won't play.
Right,
We have a buddy that's an NFL agent, and his phone will just ring off the hook now the next 2 weeks because they're all cutting down, and then they cut
Right.
down again, and then the grab bag starts.
And that is another reason they should play the young kids because
Yeah.
there might be somebody who's on Tennessee as their 7th linebacker that is better than Pittsburgh 4th, and they see him on film saying, "Wow."
Yesterday,
If we get him.
the Miami Dolphins third stringer 350 yards passing.
That's what I'm saying. Somebody can pick him up.
Absolutely.
They cut him, yes.
Absolutely. Most teams barely played their starters. It was strange in that when there were 4, it was nothing, a quarter, a half, nothing. This year it was nothing, pretty much nothing.
Right.
Belichick, he you don't know what he's doing ever. So he's the only guy of the 32 teams. There's 32 teams. They've all announced their quarterback, but not him. And you wonder if he's doing it for strategic reasons, get ready for both, that old nonsense, or he really doesn't know himself.
I think it's one of those two that you just mentioned.
What do you think?
That I don't think he knows himself. I really don't.
Okay.
See,
No,
Cam Newton is that poor a player.
Yeah, we don't.
I don't care what he says. He can tell us all this stuff.
We don't.
And he's worried that a rookie starting in the NFL has never won. No, they don't win. 6 games they win. 5, 7 games. At most they win.
No.
And so that'll be very difficult to make that decision. In other words, they're going to run the ball. New England's going to run that ball down your throat. They're going to try to at least.
Yeah, and I from what I've just been reading and hearing, with all those guys back on the D, their D's back.
Try to do it that way too, yes.
Yeah, they could beat you maybe 24-20 in the league that wins 42-40.
Right.
11 days, Dallas, Tampa. Let me say something I got to say this about Dallas. I'm sorry, fans, if you're a Dallas fan. Have you ever heard anything more ridiculous? No, they talk about the Super Bowl, and their last playoff final was 93.
Yeah, they haven't been.
No,
they haven't
what?
been
No,
relevant.
what? They should get their mouth slapped.
They haven't been relevant
Like
at
you
all.
cussing when you're a little kid. I ate more soap when I was little, by the way. I've eaten every flavor, people. If you want to know, ivory, whatever it was, I've eaten it for my language. My father owned a bar, right? So I'd be sitting back in the back waiting for him, to go home. And I'd hear this real nice word.
Oh, yeah.
And then my grandma would say, "This is Mrs. So-and-so." I'd say, "Hi, you miserable." And that was it. As soon as we got home, I got lathered up.
Too much.
Oh, I've eaten any kind of soap. All right, now, NBA, big contracts all around. Oh, if you're any good at all, you're making $8-10 million. I'm not talking LeBron, KD, the glove. I'm talking Joe Schmo.
You have to do it though. That's the way the money's set up with the floor or in the cap.
Yeah, it's 10%. It's only 10%.
Got to do it.
Hey, real quick, Kevin Love locally, Cavs, they wanted to buy him out. He doesn't want to buy him.
Yeah, he's part of the point in his career where he's settled, happy where he's at.
What are your thoughts on him? I know he's had some mental health problems, and I will back off on that.
Yeah.
Did he potential?
Oh yeah, he was an all-star.
When he was in Minnesota,
yeah, he was an all-star.
He was a
really
2010 guy.
Yeah, he was a great player.
And then he came with LeBron, and when you played with LeBron, you kind of
that's everything he did. He said, "Okay, LeBron, I know we're going to championship with you.
I'll stay in the corner.
I'll do what you need me to win." Yeah, he's always been a great player, no question.
So you're the same with him. I mean, fine, but not maybe lately. I can't.
No, not lately.
That one. Remember this year when he threw that ball?
Not lately.
You remember that night he batted it?
Yes.
Boy, that made me mad. But like you say, he did have some good times too.
No, great. He was a top 10 player when he was playing.
Okay.
Now, later on, he became a top 60 player.
Now, here's something LeBron ought to just stay out. Don't even.
I saw you wrote something about E-game. You got to explain that.
Yeah,
to me.
they have like the Madden of basketball. Yeah, and they all get rankings.
Okay.
Well, KD's the highest. And he's pretending to be upset about KD. But you know what he's upset about? He's a 92.
Think about that.
Yeah, electronic mail.
I have trouble. I'm taking a deep breath, fans, right now.
Yeah.
Thinking that someone
cares about
pride or ego is hurt by E-game.
Al. Hey, Al. Your buddy, he's a touchy sucker.
Yeah, I know that. But
for being
E-game,
great. That's like I said, this guy
E-game.
in Pittsburgh one day. This guy trolled him a little bit. And he said something, and I wrote him, I said, for as successful as you are, you would let something that ridiculous bother you.
Right.
I said, block him if it makes you feel better. But I mean, like LeBron James, one of the greatest 2 or 3 ever, and you're 92 instead of 95?
Yeah, I know, it's a shame.
The guy's got $500 million,
It's a shame.
I'm going to say B as in Bubba.
Yeah, billion, yeah.
Got $500 million in the bank.
I know.
All right, so, and he's worried about his E rating. It's sad, isn't it? It's sad.
No, I can't even.
No, you imagine Coach Mack. Coach, your E rating was down a little today. We got you below Sharon, and you want to just spank them.
my God.
No, but nonsense.
Yes,
It's nonsense.
But it is. That's what
I know we're older, but it's nonsense.
Think of this on our sports show, making the news, talking about
Well,
what's it called, George?
yes. LeBron James. It's because of LeBron. Let's talk.
He does. You're right. That's a good point. He makes the news on anything he does.
Oh no. He has to. No.
Yes.
No, he does little things that bother me, like when he went to that game that night with the wine underneath his seat. Really bothers me. Let's talk NCAA hoops. Penny Hardaway, he's down there at Memphis. He's the king. He's the king. And all of a sudden, this recruit switches from wherever, Michigan State, where G League. No, he's going to play. Penny told him, he said, you can be my Shaq to my Penny. They have another great player. He's got Larry Brown in there. He's got Rasheed Wallace. That place is just crying. And with Coach K leaving, Old Roy leaving, there's a void there. Albert, can he be the UCLA of our time in Memphis?
Well, he's got to do it once, and twice, and three times. Because they said the same thing when Wiseman went there.
He did nothing.
And Wiseman got rolled ineligible or something. So
Yeah.
until he does it. Now they knew that when he took that job.
Yeah.
And we have a friend, a coach in
That's
Tennessee for
why
a
he
long
took.
time.
Yeah.
That he has the whole AAU circuit.
Yeah,
under his belt.
he's when I say magic, I don't mean Magic Johnson. He's magic in the AAU.
AAU circuit.
Yeah.
So he's going to get a chance.
Yeah.
And that's all he wants. A chance to get one of the top 5 players every year. He's going, and so that doesn't happen in Memphis. That's Duke.
What's Dana Kirk stuff? And he was cheating.
Yeah.
Remember?
I have a feeling that could come out.
How about when you see Larry Brown? I'm sorry.
There's never been any place where he cheated.
A little bit.
That's why he can't be thought of as one of the.
Yeah.
Now X and O's and knowing the game, he's at the top of this. But he is corrupt.
He's going to have
He's
little.
corrupt. There's
a little
he's
edge.
Always. For me,
Doesn't he have a little edge?
It's a big one for me.
Okay, I'm glad you said that.
Every single place he's been, he's been caught.
Kansas.
Every.
Yeah. Hey, I want to talk a little bit about Louisville. Now, Chris Mack's there. And not really a big deal. They didn't get invited to the tournament. It was a last-minute thing. Could have gone either way. They had 3 or 4 canceled with the COVID. That they're pretty sure had they played them, they'd have been in. So he decides he's going to shake up the coaching staff. He calls in Dino Gaudio and he says, Dino, I'm sorry. So you're like a dad to me. He said, but you got to go. Gaudio says, go. He says, I'll go, all right. He goes, I'll go right to the NCAA. He said, I got you for illegal 3-on-3, managers playing in practice, grad students. He said, I got you on about 5 different things. He says, and I'm telling you right now, if you don't hire me till I'm 66, pay me till I'm 66. He's 65.
I know.
He says, I'm going right now. He said, you can write anything up you want. I know your dad's a lawyer. He said, but meantime, Kentucky's one of the one-party states. See, Pennsylvania, you have to tell me you're recording me. Kentucky, you do not.
Yes.
So he tells them basically, he says, look, you can do whatever you want. He said, you've been violation, ... And I'm not sure Chris Mack knew. I couldn't tell from the transcript. But the short version is, I'm not sure he knew the things they were doing were illegal. But Dino Gaudio did.
Well, Chris Mack knew too, because he knew when he came in he was going to talk about those. And so he got the tape out, and he taped it. So Mack knew ahead of time, I'm gonna beat him to the punch.
Something's not coming good
He's
here.
not going to blackball me. He's not going to blackball me. He's not going to bribe me.
Oh, no, good word. Good word.
Mack beat him to the punch, and this is going to go under. This is going to go. It's not going anywhere.
He's already out 6 games. Did you happen to know that?
But I'm talking about the university.
No.
They're not going to fire him.
And Louisville.
This will be a 6-game thing.
Let's talk about Louisville for a little bit.
I don't think they care much about 6 games, as long as they get the coach. Louisville,
we had
Patino,
we had the hookers.
Yes,
right.
They've had Patino.
And then it just seems like it's one thing
They win
after another.
They're fine. Louisville.
Someone said that the other day. Real quick, just to shift gears, I'll come back to this NCAA football. The other day, somebody said something about Deshaun Watson. I guess Miami's hot on him. They realize they don't think Tua is any good.
Always said that.
You always said it. But anyhow, I'll give you credit because it looks like it's playing out. But anyhow, they said that, and they said, "Oh, the fan base." I said, if he throws 3 touchdowns the first game, they won't even know he sat out. They'll be holding up. We love Deshaun. And the other, remember Ray Rice? They had Rice jerseys on, women. When he strangled her in the elevator.
Yeah, so and there's no place that when George brings this up that I could have said would be a better place for Deshaun Watson, because Miami's one player away from winning the Super Bowl.
They're that good.
You heard me say that. I didn't say they are good everywhere except the quarterback.
What matters the most.
Yeah, and if Watson,
it's like Carpenter say, I don't have a hammer, Al.
Right.
Well, you need a hammer.
Yeah, Watson gets to Miami.
Yeah,
they're the favorite.
And the thing holding that back is the 6-game or 8-game suspension.
Yes.
In other words, I think they would take him. You see what they want for him, a king's ransom.
It's going to get king's ransom.
And I'll say, give it. He's terrific.
Oh no.
Is he terrific?
Yeah. No, one of the top 5 quarterbacks in football.
You know, now imagine that division. You got Buffalo, 2nd, 3rd Super Bowl choice. New England, you never know what the Devil's doing. The Devil, you don't know what the Devil's doing. Now you've got them, and you've got the Jets, who, from what I understand, this kid from Brigham Young,
we're gonna find
Rodgers was raving about.
We're going to find out.
Rodgers and a raver.
I'm not going to listen to Rodgers.
Yeah, but I know just the same. He knows.
He might like him.
He knows. He might like him. Yeah.
Rodgers is one of those guys.
But Rodgers knows the sport. You know, you can't. He knows the position.
He knows that position.
Yeah, let's put it that way. Okay, it's a football. Week 0's over. 5 games, 1 competitive game, and we said, see, I would fall over Bielema more at Illinois had they not beaten them last year. In other words, if he didn't, I'd be more on the Bielema train.
Right.
I'm on the Scott Frost out of town train.
We knew that before going.
And we don't like him. See, I'll admit when I don't like him, I
that's you. I don't care.
You just know he can't coach.
Yeah.
I
just know that he is not recruited.
No, not like he needs to.
The bottom line is he had better players at Central
Oh,
Florida.
stop. I told somebody the other day, and they said, what? I said, absolutely. Absolutely.
Way better.
And he plays Tulsa.
He had the Griffin brothers.
Yeah, that's what I said. Oh, no. Our boy at Florida State.
No, he had Milton.
Now, I told someone.
Milton was a top.
I told one of my
he
buddies.
hurt.
I told him, a Notre Dame fan, I said, if he's healthy, I don't know that he's 100%. It's been 2 years.
I don't think he can.
But I said, if he is,
he'll be dangerous.
you got problems.
Yeah, he'll be dangerous.
Notre Dame, I'm telling you right now, if he's healthy.
Yeah.
Remember, he was a magician.
He's a playmaker.
No, he's a magician.
Yeah, he is.
No, he's a magician.
Yep.
But anyhow, Scott Frost, I listened to it on the way in today. I got a charge out of it. The guy goes, he says, we all know he's a good. No, how so? I don't think he is a
good coach, they thought.
Yeah, we all know it. It's like when you say someone's, you go, I like Alcama, but man, he's a bad driver.
Well, the saying is the same thing as about Jim Boeheim. In college,
yeah.
if it was only sitting on the sideline coaching, then you could rate the coaches.
Well, Pete Crow would have won every game.
Do you understand?
Forever.
The idea is you have to handle problems. You have to do all this crap. But number 1 on the list is recruiting.
Jimmy's and Joe's.
Boeheim figured out a long time ago, I'll play zone, and I'll go get players to match my zone or an unbelievable. He thought he was going to come in here in Nebraska and thought he was the guy at Central Florida. He don't have the same players. He doesn't. Not even close. Their wide receivers wouldn't start any league in the country.
And Martinez isn't near as good as Milton or the kid there now. Not even close.
Night and day, no. So that's it. And he could talk all about everything else. He's got to go in Nebraska. Or maybe you can't recruit in Nebraska now. Remember, at one time.
I said I get into it with it. Oh, I get into it with them the other day, the Husker fans. Now they're asking me, should they play the backup? Like I know. I said, I don't know.
They're asking you?
Honest to God. They go, Coach, do you think they should play the backup?
Oh, my.
I said, listen, here's what I do know.
Doesn't matter who's playing quarterback right now.
I said I don't know the backup.
It doesn't matter who's playing.
I just know Martinez can't do it. I know that after, what is he, 6 years?
I watched their whole team. It doesn't matter who's playing.
No, Illinois. That's Illinois. That's not Penn State doing that.
Yeah. Their offensive line, they can't run the football.
No.
There's nothing they can do.
No. Saturday, if I could have 5 more Saturdays like that, I'll be sitting in Mallorca somewhere. Yeah, they were all those big spot easy games, and we love dogs like Illinois.
And that was just guesswork.
Yeah, usually just murdered Hawaii. Poor Todd Graham. I think about the 3rd quarter. He wished he was back at Pitt playing New Hampshire.
Yeah, but he won't have to play these guys. That's what's supposed to happen in that game.
Yeah, but I'll tell you what. I'm going to tell you what, I was looking at that Mountain West the other night. I put this on Twitter. Nevada,
No, it's good teams.
Boise, Fresno,
Yeah,
San Jose.
Yeah, good teams.
How about Air Force, your sixth best? And you know who I forgot? San Diego State.
yeah.
They always play
They're
defense.
good too.
Absolutely.
That's a real good league. That's a good league.
Absolutely. But we got them coming this week. Before we're back here, because of the holiday, we've got Georgia Clemson, Notre Dame Florida State, Virginia Tech North Carolina. Any thoughts on like just general thoughts about playing somebody good early? In the old days, it was Cupcake U.
Yeah, you play them early, and win or lose, you can still get in if you're an SEC.
Okay.
So you're an SEC. I'm not sure about the Big Ten. That's one thing I'm not sure about. You lose one early in the Big Ten, I don't know if you can come back and get in there. But SEC, you might as well play them. Like Georgia could lose to Clemson, run the board.
Absolutely.
They'll still be in the playoff.
Absolutely.
So that's why I don't mind.
You know what's
doing that.
something about that SEC? This is the strange part. Alabama has 2 national titles without winning the league.
Think about that. That's the SEC.
And you know what?
That's the only league
and
that-
how do you argue? How do you say they didn't belong
That's the
when
only
it
league that could happen.
could not happen anywhere else?
Because sometimes they have
No.
3 teams that get in the playoffs.
No. I can't wait till
Yeah.
this week, to tell you the truth. Ohio State on the road, rowing the boat. Thursday night. We don't have to wait long.
Yeah, yes. And as I said last week, and you could guess, and you could guess right or wrong. I have no idea about Ohio State, Minnesota.
No.
None. I mean, if you
And
ask
you
me,
said something interesting to me the other day. You said that. And I looked it up. You said this Ohio State quarterback's going to throw for 50 touchdowns with those
Easily.
receivers.
Easily.
That are Olave and the boys. They can't be covered.
No, they're not covered. It's like Alabama's covered the team
Last year. No, that number 6
You aren't
was-
covering
no,
those guys.
no,
Not
forget
with
it.
Fleming's your fourth.
All right, now I got to get the bad taste out of my mouth. Baseball. First of all, the Yankees, they've made this wild card. They're going to be in the wild card, at the least. Tampa wins every night, though.
Tampa's on fire.
Tampa's a terrific team.
Tampa's on fire. No
Now, the
question about it.
Dodgers and Giants, they're into that old, remember we talked about it years ago? They both win, they both lose. Like, it seemed like the same
Watch
night.
how
I
that
think,
happens.
Giants going to gain a game tonight. Nope, Dodgers won.
happens.
Giants got beat. Colorado beat them. What is it?
Yeah, that's where they're at. That's just baseball. That's
Okay,
what it
so
is.
it's happened before. It just
Always.
okay.
Always.
See, I have the Giants. I didn't notice it before. So you see what I'm
That's a good
saying?
point.
No, I get it.
That is a great
I
point.
get it. I was talking about the Orioles the other way. What happened down there? Last 5-6
They
years.
pay no money.
Remember,
They
for a
blew it
while
all-
they were.
blew it all on Chris Davis.
Oh yeah.
You know, so that's what
Well, at
happens
least
with
he
St.
re-
When you get a team like Baltimore,
Yeah, you
Pittsburgh,
can't make
Cleveland,
that
and
mistake.
you spend a lot of money on one player,
But-
and it's wrong,
Yeah.
it puts you back
Yeah.
10 years.
Now here's the ironic part. They've lost 20 in a row. Who do they break the streak against? Ohtani.
Yes.
The guy with a 2.0 ERA and 42 homers. But anyhow, here's the only thing that bothers me. I looked at it last week, and I'll tell you what, I sit by myself, and it makes me angry watching Scherzer pitch for the Dodgers. He's a rental, and I hate it.
Yeah, the Reynolds always come in August,
You don't like that either.
and I know some kind of is numb to it, George.
Okay.
Because
No.
it happens every year.
Yeah, I got it.
Next year it's going to happen again.
Yeah.
I just don't know who it's going to be.
But someone's going to
And
rent.
Verlander used to got Verlander
Yeah.
the same way. It's happening somewhere, someplace. The one team you're hoping it doesn't happen with, though,
Yeah.
is the Dodgers, because they already spend
$300 million.
$300 million.
We have a minute left. Now, last night in Cleveland, 16,000 showed up to watch Jake Paul fight. It's an internet phenomenon. The guy's a multi-millionaire already. Just amazing that people will go watch them
16,000.
slap each other with their wrists. They were slapping. Honest to God. A good boxer would knock them both out at the same time.
16,000 there?
16,000. Lee Corso back on game day. Good
always
to
fun.
see. I love the guy. He's old school, and that's just amazing. Pirates finally released Polanco. Local was the lead on that. They tried the other day. No one would grab him. They finally just said, cut the cord.
They tried to do the best for him.
Yeah.
Just didn't work out.
No.
Yeah, they got it.
Hey, thanks again for watching Bottom Line Sports Talk. See you next week.